As I get older, I realize that I'm straying away from happiness as a baseline emotion. What used to come so naturally to me has now become something that I actively have to achieve. But I'm lazy, and as a result I've gotten depressed. Looking back, I'm envious about my childhood self because despite all the trauma that he was put through, he was still happy. If anything, I should be happier now. But I'm not. So, what's the deal? According to basic human biology, the older you get, the smarter you get. You suddenly become aware of things such as time, and with the awareness of the past and future comes the weight that they hold. The weight of who you used to be, the weight of who you will be, the weight of what has happened to you, what can happen to you. My thoughts are going back and forth from past to future. It's like a metronome playing in time. And that's where it all started to go downhill. Little me was vibing though. He didn't stress about stability in the future. He didn't have a past to reference how he'd become. He was purely living in the moment with his Lego Batman on the PlayStation 2 and his plush Yoshi dolls. I can't do that anymore, cause I'm an adult. And my PlayStation 2 doesn't work. I guess that's the main appeal of nostalgia, to replicate a happiness that we once knew, because everything was better in the good old days, am I right? Back then we didn't overthink about time. We didn't have any deadlines, we didn't have a job, we were just idiots. And those were the conditions that made happiness so accessible back then. That's what made the good old days good. The romanticization of the past has you neglecting the present, and that's unhealthy. Another reference to happiness that we make is the future. Society has fed us this impression that a happy life is the fulfillment of certain conditions, stability, ambition, relationships. But my parents have that, and they're not happy. My friends don't have that, and they're happy. So is that really the case? It's so demoralizing to have that expectation set upon yourself, and when you don't meet it, the only person left to blame is really you. So now we have two reference points to what happiness apparently is. What it used to be and what it will be, both with their own set conditions that need to be met. What if happiness is achievable regardless of your life's conditions? Life is like a math textbook. As you progress further into these chapters, you're introduced with these new conditions that might vary in difficulty. Letters, brackets, fractions, whatever the hell this is. The answer becomes harder to figure out, but no matter the equation, no matter the conditions, there will always be an answer. It's not a solution, but it would definitely help to stop using the past and future as a reference on how to be happy. Maybe if we appreciated the present as if it were the past, we'd be a lot more happier. Don't brainwash yourself to think that happiness is achieved through a checklist of conditions. Just know that no matter your life's context, even right now, it's possible to be happy. We just have to live in the moment. Life is like a math textbook. This analogy works out perfectly for me because despite my appearance, I am god awful at math.